You're listening to The Freedom Bridge with Abbey Moorhead. Each week, we'll explore God's mighty abundance and how to draw near to Him every day. Hey guys, I know this is probably like a weird video that I'm doing, but the Lord had placed this on me and keeps telling me like I need to speak on this. And I've talked a little bit about it, but it didn't truly hit me, honestly, until this morning. And it was like the biggest revelation, and I started bawling, which is kind of why I feel like I look a little tired and like just, I'm so filled right now. Like I can't even explain it to you, that I'm just so in awe of our God. And I'm just going to talk about the night that I was saved. And He really revealed so much to me. So I was on a trip, a girls' weekend in Richmond with like my two like best friends that I had grown up with. And they came down there. I'm from Wisconsin, but I live in Virginia. And they're like, no, it's a mommy's weekend, mommy's day out. We're going to get together and spend the weekend together. We're going to go to Richmond. I live in Fredericksburg. And so I was like, y'all can come stay here, but we didn't want any interruptions. We wanted no kids. We wanted no husbands, no boyfriends, like nothing at the time. So we went to Richmond, and I remember like during that time of my life, I was seeking. I didn't really know. I knew that there was a God of the universe. I knew about Jesus. I knew that like He died on the cross for our sins, but like I just didn't know Him, to be honest. I had no relationship with Him. I just knew of Him. I also thought it was like good vibes. I thought it was like spirits. Like I thought it was all that stuff, which now I learned is absolutely witchcraft. However, those are the things that I thought it was. And I smoked weed. I would do those little like vape pens that you see, not like the nicotine, but like the weed ones. I was drinking, not heavily, just like casual drinking, I guess you could say. I would try those little like gummies that are made out here, those little syrups from like those shops around here, like the Tabasco shops and like the weed shops and stuff. And so like I was doing all that kind of stuff, anything to calm my mind basically. And it worked. And it was just like anything that was relaxing. Keep in mind, like growing up, I never felt like I was good enough. I always struggled with feeling confident, feeling worthy. I was always like the bigger friend of my group. I was never big, but like my friends were just tiny. And so, yeah, I got picked on a lot when I was younger. And I mean, people are cruel, like kids are cruel, okay? And I do remember some when I was younger that the friends that I was hanging out with, like they picked on me and stuff like that. But I think I don't really remember giving it back a whole lot, but I probably did, because we're kids. Some of the things that they did instead like really stuck with me growing up. And so it was really hurtful. And I'll be honest, like I never felt like I was good enough to be their friend. And I never felt like I really belonged with them. And so I was actually very nervous to have this Mother's Day weekend, which is insane because like I grew up with them. Like I've known them since since elementary school. And it was all just from childhood, nothing like as an adulthood. So like nothing is like past like out of high school kind of stuff. They never did anything cruel or nothing like that. But it was just from stuff when I was younger that I was unhealed from. So, however, they greet me with love like they always have, like as when we are adults. And so really it's in my own mind. Like, Abby, you need to heal from this. This is something that you need to get rid of. They're just lies from the enemy. Like that's all that is. But I didn't, know that at that time. So the day that I was saved was April 15th, 2023. That day we were walking around Richmond. I had brought a blunt with us. Like I had rolled up, and keep in mind, when I smoked, I did not smoke a whole lot. I would take a couple hits of like those one hitters, or like I would roll up a joint, or I'd roll up a blunt and I would take a couple hits and I was done. That's all I needed. The people that can smoke blunts, like 2-3 blunts at a time, that is insanity to me. There's absolutely no way I would function in life. Like no absolute way. I would eat the store and then I would go to sleep. There's just no way I could not adult. I couldn't, no, there's no, just no. Okay. And so I had a little blunt that I was carrying around, and I was like taking little hits off of it. We went to a Tabasco shop and like we got a couple like different like syrups, And I took a whole bunch of these syrup, not a whole bunch, but like a lot more than I should have, because I'm like, this is gonna be fine. And then we were drinking, okay? So like drinking, smoking, doing these little liquid stuff that I actually had no idea what was in it. That's actually really crazy to say that out loud, to think that that was a good idea at the time. Anyways, I thought it was a good idea at the time. So then not only that, we were downtown Richmond. We were going to like different bars, and then we went to Godfrey's, which is a drag show. And I went there a few years ago on a bachelorette party, and it was so much fun. And I was like, and my friends they'd never been. I was like, let's go. It was so different this time than it was last time. And I was just like, something inside of me was like, bro, I can't be here. And then something hit me when I was there. I just started feeling like everybody else's emotions. I could like see the uncomfort from my friend. It was just crazy, the thoughts that were coming to me. And I'm like, bro, what is happening? It was an overwhelming feeling. And I was like, I have to go. And then I started to feel like really sick, like I'm gonna die. Something doesn't feel right. And my friends and I, after the show, we were supposed to go like on this little boat tour down in Richmond, like alongside like the river and stuff like that. And I was like, you guys go. So after it was all done, like it was so much. It was so intense being in there. I was like, I have to get out of here. I don't know what is happening to me, but I have to leave. And so pretty much when it was over, like we dipped. And I was like, that was not as fun as it was last time. I don't know what the difference was, but it was just not, like they did great, you know, for them. But for me, I'm just like, this is not it. So we left and I was like, you guys, I have to go lay down. I was like, something is not right. And inside of me, I was talking to myself, like in the third person. Like I was like, bro, I'm gonna die. And then another voice was like, you're gonna be okay. Just calm down, just breathe, just focus one step at a time. And I was like, I need to go lay down. I'm gonna die. And then I remember just telling my friends, I have to go lay down. I don't feel good. But like inside of me, I was panicking. Like I was screaming on the inside. I didn't so much show that. However, my friend's like, okay. I was like, y'all, please let me just be alone. Y'all go do your thing, please. And they were like, okay, that's fine. We'll give you space. No big deal. We're going to still have fun. I've also been down there. So like I've experienced Richmond a little bit more than they have. And so it wasn't, I was just like, it's okay. I'll have a greater opportunity to go down again than you guys will. So go. I remember I went back to the Airbnb that we were staying in. I laid on the couch and I remember just like, I'm going to die. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, Lord. Like Jesus save me. Help me, Lord. Take whatever this is, take it away. I just remember crying out, not even knowing who I was really crying out to. I just remember crying out. I truly felt like I was gonna die. My heart was beating so fast and then I felt so slow. And then I just laid on the couch and I remember I feel like I just went to sleep or I died. And I just remember just closing my eyes, like trying to fight it to stay awake. No, you have to stay awake. You have to stay awake. I'm talking to myself in this. And then I fell asleep. And then the next thing I knew, I woke up and there was this huge, like how my silhouette is right here, but it was completely like white. I saw like this silhouette and it was like the brightest light I've ever seen, like translucent white. I mean, I just saw it. And then I looked down and I saw my body on the couch, just like laying, just like I was dead. And I was like, what the heck? And then I just remember like hearing, I'm with you. And then I remember just like seeing, it's like I was taken back to my childhood. I was taken back to all like the incidences where I got hurt, like where something truly hurt my soul. And I saw the people that hurt me. And I saw the situations I were in. And then he revealed to me that everything that I went through was never meant to stay inside of me. It was never meant for me to believe that, and that Jesus was with me this entire time. And then he showed me what the people were suffering from that hurt me. And in that moment, I saw them from a different lens, and I saw them with compassion, and I saw them with just, I can't explain it. It's like I saw them the way Jesus sees us and the way God sees us. And it's like I forgave them instantly, like instantly. And then I remember him showing me on stage, and there was like thousands of people. And I was talking about Jesus, and I was talking about the word. And then I just remember like waking up, and it was like what I fell asleep feeling and when I woke up feeling were two totally different feelings. And I'm thinking at the time, like, I just fell asleep. I was like, okay, my body rested. I got the sleep that I needed, and I woke up and it was fine. That's all I needed was sleep. But I couldn't get these thoughts out of my head. And it was just like, it wasn't until this morning when I sat and prayed about it, like, bro, I died and Jesus truly saved me. Like, I was gonna go to hell, but I cried out to him. I cried out to Jesus, and he saved me right before I died. And he brought me back to life. And this sounds insane, but it's never been more clear to me, because my life hasn't been the same since that day. And I just remember waking up, and I just kept thanking my friends. I just was like, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you for this weekend. And I was so grateful. The amount of gratitude I had for life and for them and for just everything was nothing. I can't explain but Jesus. And my life truly hasn't been the same since. And I started seeing people for like their hurt, like when they were talking and when they were acting out, or when I would see, and I'm like, holy crap, y'all are truly broken. And like, this is in my mind, because I didn't deep dive into who Jesus was. Like, I mean, like I did, but like at these times I didn't know what I knew. Like, I didn't know what was truly happening to me. Not realizing that, man, I got a gift of discernment. Like, not realizing that Jesus literally saved my life. Like, I cried out to him, like it says to do in the Bible, and he saved me. And what's even more insane is that he saved me. And I'm not saying my friends are the enemies, but the enemy had used the people in my life that meant so much to me to try to destroy me, and like them not even realizing that they were on an assignment to attack me, and they were on an assignment to like keep me bound to hell, because hell knew what God was going to do in me once I found the Lord. My story of being saved, it's something I believe that happens for other people, but not for myself, until this morning. Literally until this morning when I was in my prayer, and the Lord revealed that to me because I was asking for it. And over the past couple weeks, the Lord has truly just been giving me so many revelations, so much like insight. When you're walking through stuff, you don't always see the picture at the time, but like, you just trusting that like it's gonna make sense in the end. It's kind of like when we're younger, when we're kids, and your parents keep telling you, you need to take your trash out, you need to clean your room, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you're just like, why? It doesn't make sense. Like, why do I have to do it now? But it's discipline, it's obedience. That stuff matters. And you don't realize it at that time. You don't realize it when you're kids, but then you get adult, you're like, oh, I see why my parents instilled that cleanliness inside of me, or that, that the dedication or determination, discipline, obedience. I see that now. But as an adult, you're walking through things, you don't always see the bigger picture. And I didn't see it till now. And I remember telling my story to people, and I was like, yeah, I was laying there on the couch, like, I was like dead, and I was making a joke out of it because I couldn't comprehend that like that really happened to me. That was the way I was processing it, was almost kind of like telling my story as like a joke, but no, it wasn't a joke at all. Jesus saved my life. And he saved my life in so many ways, more than one. And one of the things that he's been giving me so many revelations on what I surrendered to, I surrendered my food to him. I surrendered my emotions to him recently. And when I wanted to go to eat, and I was like, am I really hungry? Or am I just bored? What am I seeking? And by surrendering like that to me, the Lord has been revealing this to me. And I just like, oh my gosh. But after I got saved, I didn't really process what it was. I just knew my life was different. And I remember coming home and just like, my life is different. I remember just I was just different. I remember I was on medications for like, the doctor said I had bipolar depression. And so I was on different medications and it wasn't working. And God, I don't even know how many medications I went through. Finally, I had one that seemed to level me out to where like because some it was just like, I was dull and I felt nothing. And I'm like, that's not how I'm supposed to feel. Other ones just didn't, like it just didn't work. And looking back, I feel like the Lord did it on purpose to me. Like he didn't want me relying on this medication. And so then finally one that I did get, but like, it just kind of kept me calm, but I also couldn't feel. And I remember thinking, and the Lord telling me I needed to give up that medication. I needed to stop taking it. And I couldn't understand it because I'm like, why? It helps me, you know? But I felt like I couldn't get that connection with him that I was like really trying to get. And so I slowly weaned myself off of it. And then finally, when I was truly off it, I was like, okay, I'm not taking this no more. All of a sudden it was like, boom, boom, boom. Like he just dropped so much revelation in me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so then I was also still smoking a little bit. And he's like, yeah, you need to give up that weed. You need to give up that weed. And so every time I surrendered something that he's been asking me to surrender, it's like he drops all these revelations to me. And granted, I'm like seeking him all the time, but it's like our God is so good and so gracious that he's just like, trust me, it'll be okay. And he's gonna provide. And it's like everything, the counterfeits of everything that I've been doing in this life doesn't even compare to what God has done for me with Jesus. And it's just so good, man. Like it's just so good. I don't know how I could do this life without him. And I just pray that everybody experiences, even though I know everybody's not going to. And if you accept Jesus in your life as your Lord and Savior, you believe that he died on the cross for you. You believe that he's a savior of the world. Man, he's going, and then if you just start surrendering little things in your life, he's going to show up and show out. I can't explain it. And the night that he saved me, like, I could have not went home to my kids. What was I thinking? My kids could not be with me right now. I could not experience this. But Jesus saved me. Like he chose me. And I'm just so grateful. I just feel like I'll do anything he asks me to do. He gave me another opportunity to live. Like truly live. My life hasn't been the same since. And like, I know that he gives me a gift of like prophecy. I know this. There's been too many like things that I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't realize, like, I didn't know, you don't know what you don't know, but seeking Jesus and like seeking his word, wanting to know who our God is. And it's crazy, the closer I get, the more I know about him, the real how much I realize I'm so far from him. And it's like, Lord, what do you need me to do? And I just want to just give my life to him. And I don't care how crazy I look. I don't care how stupid I look. I don't care. If he just asked me to do it, I'm going to do it. Like, he saved my life. I would have went to hell. I would have went to hell. And that is so terrifying. It's so terrifying. and the things that he's pulled me through since then. It's nothing but Jesus. It's nothing but Jesus. I'm sorry, guys. And I have so much more to share, but I just can't stress enough. And I know that when I called and told my husband, because I literally told him right away. And my husband was like, I know you've said that before. You've said that. He was like, you talked to me about this. And I was like, I know, but like, no, I got my answer today. And he's like, oh my gosh. And I was like, do you, like, kissing you Friday could have been the last time I ever kissed you. Leaving, having the kids say bye to Skylar, Kennedy, and Jada could have been the last time I ever saw, like, they ever saw me. But Jesus saved me. Like, he chose me. And I'm so grateful. And I'm looking back at my life. He saved me so many other times. And I didn't know it was him. And I continue to seek the world. And oh my Lord, forgive me. Forgive me. And he has. And he loves me. And he's... And when I told this to my friends as well, like, I'm saying my worldly friends, and they don't comprehend it. They don't get it. They're like, so, like, weed and a little bit of this drug made you have a panic attack and you think you died? No, I know I died. And it was more than just that. But the Lord's just told me I need to share my story, and so I am. And I never want to get a TikTok account. I haven't had TikTok ever. My kids have had it. But apparently I'm going to get a TikTok account, and I'm going to put this on there. And I'm just going to be obedient and go wherever it goes. So, yeah. Thank you for listening to my testimony. I'll be sharing more.